Poor guy.
I feel so bad for people like that. I mean, there's nothing I can do. There's a homeless shelter right there across the freeway. He can go to that, but he chooses not to, so there's nothing really I can do. 2 things happened that I forgot to mention. 1, I got my car back. Mess and all. Also, yesterday, my blood pressure was really low, which explains why I was so lethargic. My blood pressure was 106/56. When the bone was bent upwards, it was not only pressing against my nerve, but it was also pressing against my vital blood vessel. So, you know, I wasn't getting a lot of blood pressure from my heart, which sounds terrifying. But, I mean, I wasn't ill. I wasn't, like, feeling like I was going to have a heart attack or anything like that, so. But I got to get to work. It is freezing. I'm wearing 1 coat because I thought it was warmer outside. Of course it's not. So on my neck, it is pretty good. I mean, for some reason it's making my stomach upset, kind of like a heartburn. I'm going to buy some Tums when I'm done here at work. I have 1 more person to see and then I'm done. For some reason there's something on my mind. And, you know, it's kind of a downer. But Biden is going to be speaking about the war in Ukraine. I hope he doesn't get us involved because we need to stay neutral because it seems to have worked in World War II. For one thing, Hitler didn't want us involved because we were a powerhouse. I don't know who we are now, but I think we're still a powerhouse. But the one thing that I am worried about the most is that Biden tends to take things kind of out of skew. And I'm just terrified if he's going to draft. I have a brother. It makes me emotional to think about it, because, I don't know. Like, I'm, like, actually emotional thinking about it, because Biden just doesn't know what he's doing. He needs God to guide him, but he's just, like, he's on planet Biden, honestly. I think I've wasted more money on my body than I have in my entire life. I have really bad heartburn. I mean, it's, like, in my stomach. It's not in my heart, obviously, because that's where heartburn is in your stomach. It's dormant right now, but oh my gosh, it was so bad. I was so useless at work when it would flare up. I bought Tums, gum, you know, because the gum actually helps calm your stomach down, and ginger ale. I just got home. The poor homeless man is still sitting there. Oh my gosh, poor guy. Alright, I'm gonna go inside and just relax and do nothing. So I was editing this video and I just got really emotional. Obviously, for obvious reasons. I may be taking this just a little too far. I mean, I did read what Biden said. He just kind of severe consequences if they use chemical warfare on Ukraine. I don't know what that means, and I'd rather not sit and wonder, you know, what that means. It doesn't matter. But it just, if you really pull yourself back, and it's easy for a Christian to do, not so easy for someone who isn't a Christian. But if you step back, you just realize that we are a floating stone, basically, that being pulled by a gravitational pull by the sun. We spin around the sun that God created. We are nothing to the universe. Nothing. We are practically nothing to God in importance-wise and power-wise and significant-wise. But God loved us so much that He sent His Son down to this little rock and died for us. And yet we can't get along on this little tiny rock that just spins around a sun, a giant star. And people have to pay. Innocent people have to pay. Presidents pull in other civilians to fight on this little tiny rock, this little stone. It's a grain of sand to God, and He's looking down, this little grain of sand, seeing just slaughter and hatred. There is so much more than just showing muscles to the world, so much more than money, so much more than your status and your class and who you are as a person, because what matters is who's guiding that little rock around the sun. I've never had to deal with war before, and I'm getting my emotions up because of what I said earlier, but it's all too real, and it's gonna get to that point. if we don't put the one who built that rock that floats around the sun back in charge. In other news, I have successfully made it through day 1 without failing. I did not listen to Judas Priest. I can officially say I am back on track. Alright, you guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night.